Visual effects used to be the thing that gave you the spaceship, the monster, the alien, the thing you'd cut away from the actors to see. But in the modern age of visual effects, oftentimes the effects are touching the actors themselves. Hi, I'm David Cohen. I'm here in the Variety newsroom with Joe Letteri, four-time Oscar winner and the visual effects supervisor for the Planet of the Apes franchise at Fox. Joe, probably no movies today show that effect of visual effects more than the Planet of the Apes films, where we rely so much on effects to give us some of the key actors for the film.
What I really am excited about is the fact that we've created this ensemble cast that includes not just chimps, but chimps and humans acting together. And I think for me, you know, that's a first. In the previous film, Caesar mimed his way through a lot of it. You know, he had not yet developed any kind of sophisticated kind of communications, but gradually you saw him, you know, taking on this mantle of leadership. In this film, there's very clearly dialogue where he needs to communicate his thoughts and intentions with the humans, and there's a lot of very reasoned thought that behind all the action, and it's a really compelling drama.
We don't mean any harm!
They're apes, man. Do you think they understand what you're saying?
Do they look like just apes to you?
The apes are so expressive in this film. Are they, as far as you're concerned, more expressive than the first one? Has the technology moved on?
Yeah, the technology has moved on. The technology that we really needed to create for this film was the ability to take our performance capture out on location. That was paramount to getting the drama and the action and the realism, because this film didn't want to be studio bound. The apes are out on their own, they're deep into the forest. Matt Reeves really wanted that feeling of being, you know, out with the chimps, very tribal, very dirty. He wanted to take the gear into this, you know, wet, rainy forest. And so for the first time, we really had to make this gear mobile. We could get the gear out on location and still capture all the immediacy and all the detail that we needed, even though you might have, you know, 10 apes being captured in a shot.
Go! Okay. Okay, we're going.
Well, you know, I think a good shot to look at would be the very first shot of the film. It starts very tight on Caesar's eyes, and, you know, dramatically, you're just there with his thoughts, and gradually the camera pulls back to take us into his world. You go from the finest, minute detail of the eyes, where if you look closely, you'll see we've constructed every bit of detail in the eye. You'll see just a new level of fur technology that we had to create because all this happens in the rain, so the fur is constantly wet and dripping. So, you know, that one shot hopefully takes us into the world and exposes us to all of those things that you'll be seeing through the rest of the film.
What makes a show big, and how big is Apes by that measure?
Well, we still count the shots, David, because we have to deliver them one by one. So that number still matters to us, and Apes was about 1,300 shots. But what makes it bigger than just the shot count is almost every shot is ensemble. You know, when you're in the ape village, you've got, you know, 8 apes sitting around in a circle debating the issues of the day, and they're surrounded by hundreds of apes. When the ape army approaches and presents themselves to the humans for the first time, you have 1,200 apes in that shot.
Apes! Do not want war!
Do not come back.
If you could correct one misconception about visual effects today, what would it be?
I think the biggest misconception about visual effects is that it's all about computers. And it's really not. It's all about the art. The computers are just the tool that we use. We use them to help us, you know, make the right decisions, but they don't make the decisions for us. We still have to judge every frame of every shot and decide if it's serving the story and if it's engaging.
War has begun.
Thank you, Joe Letteri. In the Variety newsroom, I'm David Cohen.